All right, no parts today. No parts of a circle. Equation of one. You can graph a circle, so you should have an equation attached to it. Before we talk about the equation, though, I want to just review two that you're pretty familiar with, hopefully. And no need to copy this down. You used that this year. You probably used it all through middle school. If I had you graph something that comes in that form, what's that graph called? If I graph y equals negative 3x plus 2, you put it on a piece of graph paper. What am I looking at the graph paper? That's a line. Good. And then maybe last year, I think, you did these. Parabola. Yep. Remember? These bad boys. Right? Opened up and down. Okay. Well, circle has an equation. And I admit, just by looking at it, that thing looks pretty intimidating. All right, but it's not for a few reasons. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. You will see numbers plugged in for h and k. Those numbers are pretty important because we put them together and they form a coordinate, h comma k. All right, so whatever numbers are plugged in for h and k, they form a coordinate. And why is that coordinate special? Because that's the center of your circle. That's where the center is located. The other piece that's important is on the other side. That value. You will see a number plugged in there. That's called the r squared value. But what's important to us is the r value. So we're going to have to talk later on. How do I go from that r squared number to actual just plain r? We'll have to talk how I go backwards. And that's going to tell me how long the radius is. That's my radius length. Okay, so there's two parts. Center, hk, radius, r. Those are the two most important, like slope and y-intercept for a line. It's center and radius length for a circle. All right, let's just jump right into this. 1a, center, 3, negative 3. Stop! So the 3 represents h, and the negative 3 represents k, and the 6 represents r. Does everyone see how I identify those? Now let's plug them into the equation. X, remind me again, what was my h value here? 6, h value. 3, so watch. X minus h, so x minus 3, all squared. Everyone's all right there. Plus y, what was my k value here? 26, what's my k value? Okay, so predict what's going to happen right now. Y minus negative 3. You're not going to see me write that. What am I going to write instead? Y? Darn right, plus 3. All squared. Equals r squared. What was r again? What's my radius length? 4 squared. There you go. Yeah. Could you see that there? You could. But most likely we're going to take that extra step and you're going to see a 36 here instead. All right. This is why I said it's not that intimidating. We're done. We're done. I do not have to go off to the side and go, oh, x minus 3 and x minus 3, double distribute. Nope. There it is. Circle equation. Done. That's the circle equation. In fact, here, if you want to impress people later, I'm sure they'll be very impressed. This is called center radius form. Huh? How clever is that? Everyone picking that up? Center radius form? Yep. Of a circle. All right, one doesn't make you great. How about if I graph it for you? Can you give me the equation just given a graph? First thing from somebody, can you identify the center of this circle for me? 8, center? 1, 3. Need to know that to write the equation. I'll talk about radius in a second. All right. What's the h value of 1, 3? H value 3? 1. x minus 1 squared. Not like we're teaching there. Second parenthesis, what's my k value? 25. So y minus 3 squared. Don't like that one. What's the radius length of this circle? Radius length? 15?
4 or 2.
2 squared?
4.
There it is. Done. Don't touch. Don't try to double distribute. We are good. Any questions for me on the basics? Basics before I throw some wrinkles in here at you. We're all good on the basics? All right, let's go to C then. I give you the center and radius again. Look a little different though. All right, let's start with the h value. What's the h value here? 26, h value?
0.
Okay, ready? Everyone ready? That's fine. I'm good with it. It's correct, but you won't see that in your textbook or probably on tests and quizzes. X minus 0. Okay, you're going to see this instead. So if I see an x squared or heck, even a y squared, totally by itself and alone, that coordinate must have been 0. All right, that coordinate must have been 0. All right, let's keep going. Plus, what's my k value up here? K value for? Negative 2. So when I write it in, it'll become y plus 2 squared. Ooh, equals, what am I going to write in there now for r squared? If you don't remember what happens when you square a radical, do it in your calculator. What's that? What's it going to be on the right side? 14? 26. And we are done. Say one last time because you'll see it on homework tonight. You see an x squared by itself or a y squared, coordinate was 0. Okay, coordinate was 0. All right. Oh, this is easy. Okay, we'll see on this one. All right, I got a center at negative 3, 2, but I don't give you the radius this time. I give you where the circle goes through. So let's get a little visual here. Negative 3, negative 2, there's my center. And I know the circle goes through over 1, 1, 2, up 3. All right, grab your compass. Let's see what this is. Probably what you've been waiting for since day 1 of using our compass. Put your compass point on the center, pencil point on where it goes through, and go ahead, swing it all the way around. It's what you've always wanted. Everyone's all right, baby?
Good.
Okay, do what you got to do here. All right. We know what the center is, so can we do the left side of the equation here for me? Somebody do the left side of the equation. 2. Here we go. X
X plus 3 squared.
Squared plus y.
Plus 2 squared.
Yep. I'm missing r, so I can square it now. Remember, r was what again? Radius length, right? Can you draw in a quick radius there in your dot? Yeah, let's draw in a quick radius we definitely know is there. And I'm looking for r so I can square it. R is the radius length. You want to say it all together here. How are we going to be able to find the radius length up there? Let's go! Yes! Back on a Monday, we're going to need the distance formula. To remind ourselves the distance formula. X2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And I got a little mind blown moment after you find the distance. Go ahead, take your x coordinate of the center and the point on the circle, plug it in. Oh, yes, we cannot go a unit without using the distance formula. Okay, where am I here? See if you can find the distance on your own, because remember, we just got to, that's not what we're going to plug in, that's what we're going to square and plug in.
Oh wait, you said I had a phone. I had a phone because I felt like I should drive. What? It didn't compute. One check.
Everyone getting square root of 41?
Yes.
Okay, what's going to go into the equation then for r squared? All right, can you please finish it now? What's going to go in for r squared? 27? Square root of 41 is going in? There's 41, yep. There it is. All right, a little mind blown moment here. Can we go back to the equation of a circle here? Get rid of all this. Remember the equation of a circle up here? If I said, how do I just get r by itself? This is r squared right now, right? What would you tell me to do on both sides to get this equal to r? What would I do? That left side look familiar? What is it? Distance formula. Yeah, circle formula, distance formula are together. Okay, sorry for wasting your time. That's how the circle formula originated, from the distance formula. All right, let's go in reverse. I have given, you guys have provided me all the equations right so far today. So why don't I give you the equation and ask, can you graph it for me now? All right, well, two things I need to be able to graph though. Or two things you can get from the circle equation. What are those two pieces? 21, two things you can get.
H and K.
Which make the what, Dan?
Make the center.
Center. I can get the center. And what's the other part I can get?
The radius.
All right, let's get them from this one. And then we'll talk about how do I graph it, knowing those two values. All right, can you pluck the center off of this graph? Can you pluck the center off? What is the center of this circle going to be? 20? 2, -1. And I don't know if you've been catching on to the pattern, whether you put the center into an equation or in this case take it out, you just change the signs. That's it. You just change the signs. I got a 36 up here, but that's not the radius length. How do I get to r? How do I get to r? Because remember, that's r squared in the equation. I want to get to r, the radius length. What am I doing the 36? 16? Taking the square root. So it's going to end up being 6. All right, ready to graph now. How do I graph a circle? First, graph the center. Graph the center. And then I'm going to use the radius to find a point somewhere on the circle. The radius is 6. So from the center, up 6, down 6, right 6, left 6. I don't care. Your call. All right, that's how you can find another point on the circle. Up, down, left, right 6. And just like we did for the previous graph, put your compass point on the center, pencil on the point that lies on the circle, and do your thing. Any issues graphing? Because we're just going to take a little quick breath and a break here before we get to this next one. And if you just take a look at the next one, you can see why right away. All right, here we go. Let's tackle this thing. Obviously, what's the issue? What's the issue here? It's not in the circle radius form we've been using all today. So we are going to have to convert it into that form. And the way we're going to convert it into center radius form is doing a method that you guys actually did last year in Algebra 1. Oh boy. Please at least just humor me like you heard it, you remember it being said last year. I don't care if you remember the process or not. Completing the square. We at least remember that phrase, maybe. I don't care if you remember how to do it. But that's what we're about to do. Okay, nobody cares about your drama from last year. All right, let's move on. Nobody cares. Liked it, didn't like it, don't care. We are going to complete the square. Not once, but twice. Why twice? Once on the x's and once on the y's. We're going to complete the square. And then once we're done completing the square, you're going to see center radius form in front of your face. All right, let's go slow. First step, make sure the single number is over the other side. Check. Done. Correct? -8's over there. Next step, reorganize your equation so the x's are together and the y's are together. All right, so let's rewrite this because I want the x's and the y's together. So x squared minus 8x plus y squared plus 2y equals -8. We're okay there? All right, you're ready to complete the square now. Everyone agrees this group of x's has an a and a b value. This group of y's has an a and a b value. For each of them, you're going to find a new c value for them. Okay, we're going to create a c value. So x squared minus 8x plus this new c value we're going to create. Plus y squared plus 2y plus this new c value equals -8. And we're going to find the c values for x and y the same way. Before I tell you how we're going to find them, anybody remember from last year how you find them? Just let you guys drop some knowledge. Nobody knew 7th period either, but anybody remember how to find this? I think once I start saying it, a lot of you will be able to finish it. Nothing? It's okay. All right, so let's find the new c value on the x's. What's the b value first? B value? -8. You take half of it and square root it. No. Take half. You're almost go the opposite way. Opposite way. Take half of it and square it. Yeah. So all right, let's do this one together. Half of it would be what? -4. Square it. Always positive. Always positive when you square a number. All right, let's do it on the y's now. What's my b value? Take half of it. Square 1. You take half your b value and square it. We still have an issue though. Here's where we were. Here's where we are now. And look, this isn't like I'm a little teapot here. Somebody better speak up here. We were here at the beginning. Then when we found 16 and 1, we're here now. What do we? Yeah, you're darn right. We're unbalanced. Whatever you do to one side, we got to make sure we do to the other side. Common mistake, always forgotten. Got to keep it balanced. All right, let's keep going. We're almost there. What do I end up with on the right side? -8 plus 16 plus 1. Oh boy. I need my calculator. Yeah? Perfect. Literally. Everyone good there? That's a nice number to have. All right, what are we doing with all this mess on the left? Factor time. Ready? Two numbers that multiply to 16 but add to -8. Two numbers that multiply to 16 and add to -8. What do we got? I'm just going to do this off to the side. X minus 4 and? Anybody got a fancy way of writing that? X minus 4 times X minus 4. You got a fancy way of writing that? X minus 4. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now this is starting to look pretty familiar, isn't it? Let's do it again for the Y's. Two numbers that multiply to 1 but add to 2. Oh boy. 1 and 1. Fancy way of writing it. Y. And look what we have in front of us. Center radius form now by completing the square. All right, what's the center then and what's the radius? Oh, 27. How about the center? 4 -1 looks good. And how long is the radius in this one? 7? Which one? Are you confident? I can never tell. 3, yes. All right, go ahead and graph it now. 4 -1, up, down, left, right, 3 units. Okay, any questions here before I start calling on you now? So I get the single, we're just quick review before we go to the last one. Single number over, get the X's and Y's together, find the new C by taking half your B value and square it, and then it's factor time. All right, let's do this. Last one. It's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. All right, first step. Get the 40 over. Group your X's and Y's. You can do that all in one step. X squared plus 8X. And I'll even put plus that C value we're going to generate. Plus Y squared minus 14Y plus this equals -40. Excuse me. All right, by yourself in your groups, see if you guys can generate the new C values.
16 is
And then we're looking like 4 times 4. 4 squared.
10. Got my new C values? 20?
16 and 49.
16 and 49. Again, common mistake is forgetting to keep it balanced. Plus, anyway, if you don't keep it balanced, what the heck are you doing with a -40 over here? You're going to take the square root of that? I don't think so. Plus 16 plus 49. What do we get here over here? 25? Oh, that's another nice one. All right, you ready to factor again? Two numbers that multiply to 16 but add to 8. X plus 4. Anybody catching on here that factoring is really not needed to figure out what's going to go here? Where could I just get 4 from? Where could I have just gotten negative 4 from? Where could I have just gotten 1 from? Just take that half the b value and you got it. Okay, if you just take half your b value, you got what's going to go inside. But hey, if that's confusing for you, just keep on factoring. And what's going to go in the next parenthesis when I factor negative 14 and 49? 24. Y minus 7. Yep, equal to 25. Good work here. All we got to do is pull the center and radius out for me. All right, center. What do you got? Woo, 4, center.
Negative 4, 7.
Yes. And how about the radius length for this one? 5. 5. Ding, ding. Once you have the circle nicely graphed, go ahead, grab a textbook. And you guys can get rolling.